Chosen ones. Have you ever noticed how the world reacts to you? How your fearlessness makes people uneasy? How your independence feels like a challenge to those who try to control everything around them? They don't understand that your courage is not arrogance, and your strength is not for show. It is a reflection of Allah's guidance and favor. Today, we're diving deep into 7 powerful lessons for the chosen ones. Lessons that reveal why your fearlessness and independence are not only your greatest gifts, but also what makes the world silently respect, envy, and even fear your presence. By the end of this video, you will understand why Allah has chosen you to stand tall, unwavering, and unstoppable. Let's begin. Chosen ones, your fearlessness is not a mere coincidence, nor is it a personality trait that you stumbled upon. It is a direct reflection of Allah's selection, a divine signature upon your heart and soul that sets you apart from those who are bound by doubt, hesitation, and the fear of the world. While others tremble at uncertainty, shrink from confrontation, or allow the opinions and judgments of people to dictate their steps, you stand firm with an inner conviction that cannot be shaken, because Allah has instilled within you a clarity of purpose and a certainty of faith that transcends human comprehension. Every time you move forward boldly where others hesitate, every time you speak truth when the crowd remains silent, every time you pursue what Allah has destined for you despite the fear of failure or opposition, you are walking proof that your path is chosen, your trials are deliberate, and your courage is a manifestation of divine guidance. It is this fearlessness that intimidates those who do not understand it, not because it threatens them, but because it reveals the depth of your connection with Allah, a connection that gives you a presence and strength beyond worldly measure. You are a living testament that when Allah selects a soul for greatness, He equips it with a boldness and audacity that cannot be replicated, a shield against doubt, and a light that pierces the darkness of hesitation and fear. Understand this, chosen one. Your courage is not only protection, it is purpose, it is destiny, and it is a clear sign that Allah has chosen you for a role that requires unwavering strength, unshakable faith, and a heart that does not bend to the whims of fear, a heart that trusts entirely in the one who commands the heavens and the earth, the one who sees your every step, and the one whose decree is perfect in every way. Fearlessness is not just bravery, it is divine selection in motion. It is the echo of Allah's choice resonating through your being, and it is the signal to the world that you are not ordinary. You are a chosen one walking the path Allah has marked for you with purpose, wisdom, and unyielding strength. Chosen ones, your independence is not a mark of pride or defiance, nor is it a mere reflection of personal strength. It is a profound test and a powerful sign of your reliance upon Allah alone, a divine calibration of your heart to measure whether your trust in Him is absolute, unwavering, and unshakable in every circumstance. While the world fears solitude and clings to dependence on human approval, guidance, and validation, you walk a path that demands self-sufficiency rooted not in arrogance, but in tawakkul, in complete submission to the one whose plan is perfect and whose decree governs every atom in existence. Every decision you make, every boundary you set, and every step you take without waiting for the consent of others is a reflection of a soul trained to recognize that ultimate strength is never derived from people, possessions, or temporary power, but from the certainty that Allah is enough, that He sees all, knows all, and protects all those whom He has chosen. This independence challenges the very nature of worldly control, and it intimidates those who have never tasted true reliance on Allah, because they cannot comprehend a heart that moves fearlessly and decisively without being swayed by societal expectations, threats, or manipulation. Understand, chosen one, that independence is more than freedom. It is a spiritual test, a refining of intention, and a confirmation of your alignment with the divine. Every time you make a choice based on principle, guided by faith rather than fear, you demonstrate that the source of all strength, provision, and victory flows directly from Allah and not from the approval or judgment of the world. This sacred independence is both a blessing and a trial. It fortifies your spirit, elevates your status in the unseen realms, and signals to the world that you are being prepared for a role of immense responsibility, influence, and purpose. It is the mark of a chosen one, to stand alone when necessary, to move with confidence when others hesitate, and to rely completely upon Allah, knowing that true power is never in submission to people, but in absolute surrender to Him who commands the heavens and the earth, the one whose wisdom orchestrates every detail of your journey and whose favor transforms independence into a shield, a blessing, and a testimony of divine selection. Chosen ones, never underestimate the strength and wisdom found in your silence, for it is a profound expression of inner mastery, divine connection, and spiritual discernment that the world often misinterprets as weakness or indifference. Your refusal to respond to every provocation, to engage in every argument, or to justify yourself before those who misunderstand you is not passivity, but a deliberate and powerful choice rooted in the guidance of Allah, who teaches that the tongue may speak, but the heart knows. And that restraint in speech is a reflection of a heart that is disciplined, focused, and aligned with His will. In a world where noise and attention-seeking are celebrated, your composed silence becomes a form of strength that cannot be measured by human standards, and it intimidates those who are accustomed to controlling, manipulating, or undermining others through verbal attacks, judgment, or gossip, because your stillness exposes the emptiness of their words and the fragility of their intentions. Every moment you choose reflection over reaction, every time you absorb rather than retaliate, and every instance you maintain composure when others attempt to provoke you, you are not only protecting your energy, but you are also demonstrating the power of divine wisdom operating through a soul chosen by Allah. Silence becomes your shield and your weapon. It allows you to observe without distortion, respond without haste, and preserve the sanctity of your spirit while the world scrambles to find a foothold against you. Understand, chosen one, that in your quietude lies a message far stronger than any speech. It speaks of patience, faith, restraint, and alignment with Allah's decree. Your silence communicates to the world that your peace is non-negotiable, your dignity is inviolable, and your life is guided by a wisdom far beyond ordinary understanding. In this, you become a mirror, reflecting the true strength of a heart submitted to Allah, calm, unshakable, and unwavering. People may feel intimidated, unsettled, or even resentful of your quiet presence, yet what they cannot see is that your silence is cultivating patience, nurturing clarity, and sharpening insight, preparing you for greater responsibilities, higher stations, and the fulfillment of a destiny that requires composure, discernment, and a spiritual depth that can only be forged through divine guidance. Chosen ones, remember, words can wound, distract, and mislead, but your silence is sacred, potent, and powerful. It is an echo of Allah's own wisdom working through you, a protection for your soul, and a testament to the greatness of a life guided by faith, restraint, and the unwavering certainty that Allah is with you in every unseen moment. Chosen ones, understand this profound truth. The reason people often feel intimidated by you is not because you have sought to impose yourself upon them or dominate situations, but because your spirit is beyond their control, your purpose is aligned with Allah alone, and your presence reflects a freedom that cannot be contained by the limitations, expectations, or manipulations of others. In a world driven by control, influence, and the desire to shape every circumstance according to personal ambition, your independence, your unwavering faith, and your refusal to conform to the whims of those who seek to dominate or dictate your life stands out like a blazing light piercing through darkness, and it terrifies those who are bound by insecurity, fear, and a constant need to manage outcomes. They fear what they cannot bend, what they cannot predict, and what they cannot possess. And this is why your courage, your wisdom, and your composure often become sources of silent intimidation. But remember, chosen ones, this fear is not your burden. To carry it is a confirmation that Allah has placed within you a power that the world cannot influence, a destiny that no one can redirect, and a spirit that moves freely under divine protection. Every time you act with integrity, despite opposition, every time you make choices guided by principle rather than pressure, and every time you walk your path without yielding to manipulation or fear, you demonstrate that true authority comes not from domination, but from alignment with the will of Allah, who alone controls the heavens, the earth, and the hearts of His creation. People may whisper, criticize, or project their insecurities onto you, yet your calm, unshakable presence is a living testament that your life is governed by something far greater than the fleeting judgments of the world. It is governed by divine decree, unwavering faith, and the certainty that Allah's plan cannot be thwarted by human attempts to control or undermine you. This is the essence of being a chosen one. Your freedom, your independence, and your strength are inseparable from your connection to Allah, and they radiate in ways that those who lack faith cannot comprehend. They may fear your confidence, your decisiveness, and your resilience. But it is precisely this fear that signals your alignment with the divine, your readiness for greater responsibilities, and your preparation for a destiny that no one can alter or diminish. The world will always try to manipulate, intimidate, and control what it does not understand. Yet your life remains untouched because your source of power is not in approval, possession, or control over others. It is in surrender to Allah, reliance upon Him, and the knowledge that He alone governs outcomes. Chosen ones, embrace this truth. The intimidation you inspire is a reflection of the freedom Allah has granted you, the independence He has nurtured in your heart, and the divine protection that surrounds your path. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Do not compromise to ease the fear of those who cannot grasp your purpose. And do not be swayed by attempts to diminish what Allah has fortified within you. Your life is a message, your strength is a sign, and your freedom is a reflection of the one who chose you, guided you, and continues to prepare you for a role that only a fearless, independent, and unwavering heart could fulfill. Let their fear remind you of your purpose, their attempts to control remind you of your freedom, and their intimidation remind you of the divine selection that has set you apart for greatness, for influence, and for a destiny that cannot be touched, swayed, or contained by human limitations. Chosen ones, never underestimate the quiet power of your fearlessness, for it does far more than protect you or assert your independence. It awakens hearts, transforms souls, and plants seeds of faith in ways you may never witness, silently inspiring those who are struggling to find courage in a world that rewards compromise, hesitation, and the surrender of principles. Every time you stand firm in the face of adversity, every time you refuse to yield to pressure, every time you pursue what Allah has decreed for you without fear of judgment, ridicule, or opposition, you are delivering a message far greater than any speech, lecture, or outward declaration ever could. You are showing the world that true strength, true resilience, and true purpose come from a heart anchored in divine trust, not human validation. Many around you may not understand the depth of your courage, They may feel intimidated, insecure, or even resentful, but it is precisely this reaction that signifies the impact of your presence, a presence that carries the unmistakable imprint of Allah's guidance and favor. Your fearlessness becomes a beacon, a living example of what faith looks like when it is unshakable, unwavering, and uncompromising. And even without words, it teaches more than 1,000 sermons ever could, because people instinctively recognize the difference between someone moving under divine protection and someone moving merely by their own will. Chosen ones, in your silent courage lies a form of leadership that commands respect, not through dominance, but through integrity, conviction, and consistency. It inspires others to rise above their fears, to trust in Allah, and to pursue their own paths with bravery and clarity, even when the world attempts to discourage or distract them. Every act of boldness, every refusal to compromise your principles, every calm response in the face of provocation, these are not simply personal victories. They are lessons for those who observe, consciously or unconsciously, reminding them that reliance on Allah creates a fearlessness that is both protective and contagious. This influence, though subtle and unseen by many, is monumental in shaping destinies, fortifying faith, and nurturing courage in hearts that have been paralyzed by doubt, uncertainty, and fear. Understand, chosen ones, that Allah has placed you as a living demonstration of His wisdom, a silent inspiration whose very existence challenges mediocrity, fear, and weakness in the world. While the uninitiated may interpret your independence and courage as intimidation or defiance, those whose hearts are open recognize the light you carry, the light of submission, conviction, and alignment with Allah's plan, and it awakens a longing within them to achieve the same connection, the same certainty, and the same freedom from worldly fear. Your fearlessness is contagious because it shows the world what is possible when one trusts Allah fully, when one walks unshaken by doubt, and when one refuses to compromise integrity for comfort, popularity, or acceptance. It is a reminder that true power does not always need a voice, a title, or an audience. It radiates from the soul, from the certainty in the heart, and from the unwavering courage that refuses to be bent or broken by circumstance or opposition. Chosen ones, embrace the quiet influence of your bravery, for every time you rise above fear, you are lifting others without even speaking. Every time you make a decision rooted in faith rather than fear, you are lighting a path for those who are lost or hesitant. And every time you walk boldly in alignment with Allah's will, you are proving that courage is not just a personal gift, it is a ripple of inspiration, a silent sermon, and a divine signal to the world that the chosen ones, guided by Allah, are capable of reshaping hearts, changing perspectives, and inspiring greatness in ways that words alone could never achieve. Do not underestimate the power of your fearlessness, chosen ones, for it is quietly revolutionary, it is profoundly transformative, and it is divinely designed to leave an imprint on souls far beyond your own vision. A reminder that the courage rooted in faith not only protects, elevates, and guides you, but also awakens those who are seeking, hesitating, or afraid to take the steps toward the destiny Allah has written for them. Chosen ones, understand that what the world perceives as strength, power, control, influence, dominance, and the ability to bend circumstances or people to one's will is only temporary and fragile. But the true strength that defines a chosen one, the kind that commands respect, inspires hearts, and withstands every test, trial, and opposition, comes from complete submission to Allah, from a heart that surrenders fully to His decree, and from a soul that recognizes that ultimate power is never in the hands of man, but in the hands of the One who created the heavens and the earth, who measures every moment and whose wisdom orchestrates every detail of the universe with perfect precision. This strength, chosen ones, is not loud or boastful. It does not seek recognition or applause, nor does it rely on the approval of those who do not see the unseen. It is quiet, unshakable, and rooted in the absolute certainty that whatever Allah wills will come to pass, and whatever He decrees will unfold at the right time. When you submit fully, your fears dissipate, your decisions gain clarity, and your heart becomes impervious to the judgment, envy, or manipulation of those around you. In submission, there is an unmatched freedom, a liberation from the chains of worldly expectation, and an empowerment that surpasses every measure of human understanding. Those who observe your composure, your resilience, and your unwavering focus may not realize that your power does not come from your own efforts alone. They may envy your courage, your independence, and the quiet authority you carry. But what they are truly sensing, deep within, is the presence of Allah working through you, fortifying your spirit, guiding your steps, and protecting you from forces seen and unseen. Chosen ones, your submission is a shield, your trust is an armor, and your reliance on Allah is a sword that cannot be touched by the deceit, schemes, or intimidation of others. It is through this submission that you gain insight, patience, and wisdom far beyond ordinary understanding. It is through surrender that doors open, solutions appear, and miracles manifest in ways that human effort alone could never produce. When you act with courage and independence while remaining firmly rooted in obedience, the combination is unstoppable. It is a force that cannot be countered by fear, opposition, or worldly power, because it is sanctioned, guided, and sustained by the one whose decree is absolute. Every moment of surrender, every choice to prioritize Allah's command over personal desire, every instance of restraint, and every act of patience reinforces the strength of your spirit, elevates your rank in both seen and unseen realms, and solidifies the divine protection that surrounds you at all times. The world may perceive submission as weakness, humility as inferiority, and patience as passivity, but those who are chosen know that true strength is invisible to the eye. It resides in the soul, flourishes in the heart, and radiates outward in ways that cannot be measured, stolen, or destroyed by human hands. This is the essence of being a chosen one: to move with courage and independence, yet always to submit to Allah, knowing that the greatest victories are never achieved through force or manipulation, but through alignment with the divine will, obedience to guidance, and trust in the one who sees what no eye can see, knows what no mind can fathom, and protects what no human can defend. Submission does not diminish you, it elevates you. It does not limit you, it empowers you. It does not make you passive, it makes you invincible. Every step you take, every challenge you face, and every trial you endure becomes a testament to the power of surrender, the authority of faith, and the immeasurable strength that flows through hearts anchored in Allah's will. Chosen ones, the strength you carry is not yours alone. It is a reflection of divine favor, a signal of purpose, and a living proof that when the heart submits, the soul conquers, and the world witnesses a presence that cannot be shaken, silenced, or intimidated. Let this truth guide you, fortify you, and inspire you. Fearlessness paired with independence is formidable, but fearlessness guided by submission to Allah is unstoppable, unyielding, and eternally victorious. In every decision, every trial, and every silent moment of obedience, you are not merely surviving the world's tests. You are mastering them, transforming them into opportunities for growth, and demonstrating in the most profound way that true strength, power, and legacy belong to those who surrender fully to Allah, trusting that He who controls the universe will always protect, guide, and elevate those He has chosen. Chosen ones, understand this profound truth. The reason your presence can make others feel uneasy, intimidated, or even envious is not because you seek to dominate, impress, or elevate yourself above anyone else, but because Allah has chosen you, blessed you, and placed within your soul a light and a strength that is undeniable, unmistakable, and incomprehensible to those who have not been granted the same connection to the divine. Your very existence, the way you move through the world with confidence, independence, and unshakable faith, is a reflection of His favor, a living testament that you are under His protection, guidance, and elevation. And this is why your presence is felt long before your words are heard, why your actions resonate more deeply than any speech, and why your silent composure can unsettle even the most confident of hearts. People may mistake this divine imprint for arrogance, superiority, or intimidation, yet they cannot see the source. It is the favor of Allah flowing through you, manifesting as courage when others falter, wisdom when others rush blindly, patience when others crumble, and clarity when confusion surrounds you. Every step you take, every decision you make, and every calm, measured response to challenges is infused with a power that is far greater than worldly strength, a power that comes not from personal skill alone, but from the alignment of your heart with Allah's will, the protection of His decree, and the illumination of His guidance. Your presence carries an unseen weight. It is heavy with purpose, anchored in faith, and fortified by divine wisdom. And those who lack this connection sense it instinctively, often feeling intimidated, unsettled, or threatened because they cannot grasp the source of what they see. Chosen ones, recognize that this is not a flaw or a fault in you. It is a confirmation of your status, a sign that Allah has chosen you for roles, responsibilities, and missions that require a heart fortified beyond ordinary measure. While the world struggles to understand you, your favor with Allah grants you resilience, clarity, and authority that transcends their judgments, envy, or fear. Your presence alone communicates that you are protected, guided, and elevated, that your path is directed by the one who sees what no eye can see, knows what no mind can fathom, and governs outcomes beyond human comprehension. It is in this presence that your influence flows silently but powerfully, shaping the thoughts, hearts, and decisions of those around you without a single word spoken. People may feel challenged by your strength, unsettled by your independence, or envious of your courage. Yet all of this is a reflection of the invisible reality that you are walking in alignment with Allah's plan, and He who is pleased with you fortifies every aspect of your being, illuminates your path, and elevates you above circumstances that would overwhelm others. Understand, chosen one, that your favor is not something to be flaunted, measured, or compared. It is a sacred trust, a protection, and a tool for divine purpose. Every interaction, every presence, every decision made in obedience to Allah becomes a manifestation of that favor, and those who encounter it cannot help but recognize, consciously or unconsciously, that what you carry is not ordinary, that what surrounds you is guided, and that your life is a living testimony to the blessings, power, and elevation granted only to those whom Allah chooses. This presence, fortified by faith, independence, patience, courage, and submission, is a reminder that the chosen ones walk differently, move differently, and impact differently because they are vessels of divine favor. And this favor is what makes your life, your influence, and your being a source of inspiration, awe, and, for some, intimidation, not for personal gain, but because Allah has placed within you a light that cannot be dimmed, a power that cannot be challenged, and a destiny that cannot be altered by the opinions, envy, or fears of others. Remember, chosen ones, that your presence is sacred, Your life is a reflection of divine favor, and your every action, thought, and decision carries the weight of Allah's guidance and blessing. Embrace it, walk boldly in it, and know that those who sense your presence are sensing the very hand of Allah at work, and that this, above all, is the ultimate mark of being chosen, the ultimate proof of protection, and the eternal sign that Allah has elevated you for a purpose, a mission, and a destiny that only the truly fearless, independent, and submitted heart could carry. Chosen ones, as we come to the end of these 7 powerful lessons, remember this. Your fearlessness is not arrogance, your independence is not rebellion, and your silence is not weakness. Every step you take, every choice you make, every moment you stand unwavering, is a reflection of Allah's divine selection, His favor, and His guidance working through you. The world may find you intimidating, envious, or even fearful, but this is proof that you are walking the path of the chosen, a path few understand, and even fewer are willing to follow. Your courage inspires silently, your obedience empowers deeply, and your presence radiates a light that reshapes hearts and awakens souls. Never shrink to make others comfortable. Never compromise your faith, your principles, or your purpose. Stand tall, walk boldly, and trust that Allah has placed you exactly where you are to fulfill a destiny only you can achieve. Chosen ones, embrace your strength, honor your independence, and carry your light with patience, humility, and unwavering faith, for you are not ordinary, you are not overlooked, and you are not powerless. You are protected, elevated, and divinely appointed for greatness, and the world is only beginning to feel the weight of your presence. Remember, everything you are, everything you do, and everything you endure is part of a plan far greater than you can see, and your life is a living testament to the power, wisdom, and mercy of Allah. So rise, chosen ones, walk in faith, move in courage, and shine in a world that is only just starting to recognize the greatness that Allah has placed within you. If this message touched your heart, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and carry these lessons with you as a reminder that you are chosen, you are guided, and you are unstoppable.